After looking at the East Carolina film a little bit more, what were your takeaways?
I think probably if you watched the game, you thought, like, defensively, I thought we played a complete game, giving up one touchdown. Just awesome job of, I think we forced like 11 punts or something and got 2 turnovers, scored on 1. Really helped us create good field position. Them and our punt team did a good job of that. So defensively, really good. Special teams wise, I thought our punt team was much improved. I thought our punt return team was great. I mean, obviously the one that he muffed, the guy didn't give him any space. It was an easy call. Really, if Fair caught one, they probably could have called 2. They didn't give him space. So I thought we caught the ball well, both Junior and McGill making good decisions. We got to be better on kickoff return. I think that's obvious. But we took the right steps in some other areas. And again, we really played the field position game the way we need to. Offensively, not to our standard, not good enough. The first quarter, not bad, playing well, made some plays, up 14-0. Second and third quarter specifically, just not good. And third quarter in particular, I think we got the ball at the -40, around +50, and went 3 and out 3 straight times. So we got physically whipped, and we weren't very good for 2.5 quarters of that game. We did finish better, but, man, just really proud of our defense. But that game's not to our standard offensively, and I feel good that it'll be different this Friday.
With being against East Carolina, you guys went a little more pass-heavy. Now that you've had a chance to review the tape, what were your overall thoughts on how Preston performed with a little bit more?
Well, the intention wasn't to go pass-heavy. We weren't doing anything in the run game. And maybe I banned it a little early, but when you go back and watch the film, there's really nothing in our run game that tells you we were going to start making yards. So kind of felt like that was the best chance. We had those advantages. But we got to, when you ask about Preston in particular, what he's doing well, he's not turning the ball over. Obviously 3 touchdowns, no picks. In a game like that, we played the field position. We didn't give them a chance to win the game. We played to the strength at the moment, which was our defense, made enough plays. But offensively as a whole, not just Preston, but as a whole, but he's part of that, we're just not making routine plays routine. It's all or nothing. It's feast or famine. We're running around throwing touchdown passes, or it's -1 or 0, no gain. And so I think that was the first game I felt like we physically didn't win that part of the battle. And, I think the evidence in the first 5 games tells you we're capable of doing that, but we didn't, and it showed. But we got to make routine plays routine, whether it's quarterback, O-line, running back, wideouts, tight end. You can't be a consistently good offense at a high level if it's just all or nothing. And so once that clicks, then I think we'll continue to make some good plays. And our bad plays aren't bad right now, but we don't have near enough good ones. And, again, just basic, simple, routine things, throwing and catching, getting it out on time, blocking the guys we're supposed to, getting a nice 6-yard gain, those kind of things, that we just weren't doing that.
Is it something where even if maybe the design of the play is to take a shot, if it's not there to check it down more often, is that part of it?
Yeah, 100%. We've got to be better getting higher percentage completions, and it's not all or nothing. But good case in point, we had a play early in the game, or maybe in the second quarter, I'm not sure. We run a concept, they cover it, but the running back's sitting over to the left wide open. You spit it out to him, it's a 5 to 10-yard gain, and that's if they tackle him. Later in the game, 3rd down and 5, we spit it out to LJ, look what happens, 1st down. And so, yeah, it's what I'm saying, just make the routine plays. Everything doesn't have to be wow. And then when the opportunity comes, like on our first 2 touchdowns, they covered it, scramble, him and Kesan make a play. The next one, LJ does a great job picking up the corner cat from 2 removed, which nobody ever does. And then it's initially covered. He steps up, Junior scrambles, boom, touchdown. Like, that's within the system. And then when things are there, we just got to take it instead of, running around trying to make too much happen sometimes.
The running back rotation, was there a thought to get Tyler some carries and just say, hey, run, just ram it?
Well,
I know it's hard when
it's
3
no.
now.
I mean, it wasn't. I'm not going to say we didn't miss a cut here or there, but they were playing on our side of the line of scrimmage, so it didn't matter who was running the ball. To your point, yeah, Tyler brings a physical edge that we need. Again, physicality hadn't been an issue for us. I don't think it is. I think that's more the exception than the rule. But you got to call it like it is. We got whipped, and credit to them for that. But, whether it be Rooster, LJ, we'd love to get them more carries, more opportunities, more balance in our offense than what we did Thursday night. And then, yeah, Tyler does bring an edge, and so I think there's a place for that.
Is there anything you do in practice this week to just kind of reiterate that you want to get back to the physicality you had the first handful of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing what we've been doing. Like I said, there's no panic. We're not happy with it. It's not acceptable. It's not our standard, and I don't expect you to see it again. But we've watched the film, we've been honest with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves. That's me, the coaches, the players, and then just go out and trust who we are and what we know we're capable of. And I think we'll make the strides week to week we need to.
Seems like Kesan is maybe getting some more opportunities, or at least making more with
Yeah.
those opportunities. What have you seen from him the last few games, and is that something you can build on?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Kesan made the really good catch, over the shoulder, and then the touchdown. Almost made 2 other great plays that we'd like to be stronger with and make. Him and Curley had 3 or 4. They made 3 or 4 plays, and there was probably 3 or 4 they could have made. Curley was out a lot of the week in concussion protocol, and I thought Kesan really practiced well leading up to it, and I think it kind of bled over to the game. Obviously, it was good to have Curley back too. But, yeah, I think both those guys, we've got experience with Kesan. We know what he can do. But, yeah, he's been coming on as of late.
Top 20 in total yardage on defense. Yeah, I mean, are they clearly meeting those expectations and what you kind of thought going into the year they could be, or are they fading a little bit?
Yeah, I think we're playing with a lot of confidence on defense, and we should be. And, we're holding people to not a lot of explosive plays, respectable in the yardage component, like you said. For the most part, we're stopping the run. We're holding people to field goals when they do get down there most of the time, more times than not. I mean, we're playing good defense. Now, the key is that confidence has to be something you build on, not something you relax and take for granted, because, I mean, it's a tick here or there, and it's a totally different story. And look, to win consistently in a season, to put yourself in contention, you're going to have to win games a bunch of different ways. It was awesome to win a game where our defense really just held the line, specifically the second, third quarter, and then the fourth quarter created 2 turnovers that kind of just ended the game. I don't know the last time we won a game like that around here. And so that gives us a lot of confidence. We also know we can't win consistently that way. We're going to have to play good team ball. Offense is going to have to play well. There may be a game where the defense isn't playing well and the offense has to pick them up. That's how a good team works. But they're playing a lot of confidence, and, I think halfway through, we should be.
You obviously, game's not played on paper, but you look at Temple's defensive numbers. Is this really a chance for the offense to take that next step, maybe against a defense that just hasn't been able to perform yet?
Yeah, I mean, it's a chance and an opportunity regardless who we're playing. Temple did come out against North Texas and played a little bit different than they had all year. Half the game they played a completely different defense, so not totally sure what you're going to get. They've got a really experienced coordinator. He knows how to coach ball. The one thing they do, you always hear about Temple tough. They do play hard and they do play physical. And I thought there was a lot of plays that they played really well against North Texas, but then they gave up the big play. And so, look, we're going to have to execute, and it doesn't matter who we play. If we don't execute, it's not going to go well. And this Friday is an opportunity for us to do that because it's our next chance, and we need to, play well.
What do you do in the kick return game to get a little bit more out of that?
Well, so the first one, obviously, we dropped the ball. I mean, that can't happen. The second one was a sky kick, and you either fair catch that or catch it, and we had a bounce return called, and you really want to call the bounce off return or call it off, and you just hit it downhill, and you'll probably get to the 25. And then the third one, they twisted, and there's 2 dudes, we didn't block them. So it's not good. So I don't put all that other than catching the ball on the returners, although we will switch that up a little bit this week. I think we've condensed what we're trying to do, try to simplify it. And look, if it continues, you just fair catch it and take it on the 25. So we'll play that by ear.
Injury updates, seemed like you had maybe a couple defensive guys go out last week.
Yeah, so Miazano, with the finger, he'll probably be game time for this week. But if he did miss this week, I don't expect him to miss any further. It's just you got to make sure that he doesn't get an infection because of the way it dislocated. But he should be available now. He's probably going to have to play in some sort of a splint cast or whatever. So he went out. I'm trying to think of who else there is.
Crossley.
Yeah, Crossley still. It's just nerves are weird with stingers, so it's just going to be up until game time each week. I'd say, he's 50-50 from probably here on out until he is cleared, and we probably won't know usually till 48 hours before the game. So too early on him. Who else?
Massey went out.
Massey went out. He did come back. It's a shoulder. I would say he's probably doubtful this week. It's not out of the question. He gets his strength back and is cleared for Friday. But I know he wants to try to finish the season and play. He probably will have to have it fixed at some point. But it's not something right now that once he gets his strength back he couldn't play with. Who else?
Kamar.
Kamar, he's done a little bit more this week with his hamstring, so it's kind of day to day. He has practiced yesterday and today, which is more than he did the last week. So there's a probably better chance that he'd be available in some capacity.
Kobe Wilson.
Yeah, Kobe just kind of tweaked his hamstring. He finished for the most part. He's been out at practice this week, off and on. I expect him to be available Friday, and we may just have to see how he's feeling closer to game time by how much, but he definitely wants to play in this one. So.
And then I guess just with LJ, what'd you see from him coming
Yeah.
back from injury, and is he kind of ready to?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously him and Jalen didn't get a lot of opportunities the way the game went, but I do think I think he's as healthy as he's been since the season started. He got through the game fine. He looked fine in the game. He's been great this week, so I think he's good. I think offensively, Justin Osborne held up well. So I feel like most of those guys on offense are trending to be back.
And then Jalen Samuels missed.
Yeah, he should be back. He was in concussion protocol. Happened midweek last week, but he hadn't had any setbacks so far this week. So as long as he got through today, I would think he'd be available.
And then talking injuries on their side, concussion protocol. That's
Yeah.
what Warner's been through. Coach Simons talked about prepared for 2 quarterbacks
Yeah.
again. How different is that though when Warner's in the game and running that off?
Well, it's different because he's a really good football player. I mean, he's thrown for a ton of yards in every game he's played. He gets the ball out of his hands quick. Honestly, he's a little baller. And we expect him to play. We're planning for him. He went out in warm-ups Saturday. So if he doesn't play, then we'll react to that. But we're expecting him to play, and I think he'll play really well and tough like he has all year.